Hello and welcome. Good evening. You're watching Super 6 here on India Today. I'm Akshita Nandagopal, getting you all the top stories that we're tracking this Monday evening, with our focus particularly on what's happening in the southern states. As always, we begin first with a glimpse of what to expect over the next 60 minutes. Our focus is going to be on the big fight for Tamil Nadu. We're inching closer to an election in the state. It's evident in the campaigning that we've been witnessing. And what we've seen in the last 24 hours is an outreach to the minority vote, the Christian vote in particular. In the week and the days running up to Christmas, we've seen two big events. One held by TVK Chief Vijay today, where he lit up a Christmas tree, where he spoke of communal harmony. This was followed, in fact, this particular event happened just hours after Chief Minister Stalin had taken part in a similar event in Chennai. Again, a Christmas event. It tells you how crucial the Christian vote really is. I'm going to be running you through all of those details. Now, like we've been saying, it's C for Christmas, C for campaign, because in an election season in Tamil Nadu, that's exactly what happens. Every issue, every rally, every festival is politicized. TVK Chief Vijay held a mega Christmas event in Tamil Nadu's Mahabalipuram, and it marked a significant outreach to the Christian community ahead of the assembly elections. Minority votes play a crucial, decisive role in several key constituencies. Take the Christian vote, for example. It's about 6% population as per the 2011 census in Tamil Nadu, and in southern districts plays a big role. And the fact that Vijay, of all of his rallies, has chosen a specific event to mark Christmas speaks volumes of exactly what his campaign strategy really is. And that could cause trouble for the DMK, for the Congress.
It's Christmas time, and in Tamil Nadu, lights are up, cakes are out, and the festive cheer has a political twist. TVK Chief Vijay turned Mahabalipuram into a playground of gifts, laughter, and a little bit of election buzz. He spoke on Bible, sending a message ahead of the 2026 assembly elections.
அவனை பாழும் கிணத்தில் தள்ளிவிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் அவர் எப்படி மீண்டு வந்து அந்த நாட்டுக்கே அரசனாகி அந்த நாட்டுக்கே அரசனாகி தனக்கு துரோகம் செஞ்ச தன்னுடைய சகோதரர்கள் மட்டுமல்ல, அந்த நாட்டையே எப்படி காப்பாத்தினாருன்னு சொல்லி இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கான கதைகள்லாம் பைபிள்ல இருக்கு. படிக்காதவங்க படிச்சு பாருங்க.
Meanwhile, amid the Deepam Rao, Vijay pitched communal harmony, calling Tamil Nadu like a mother where all children are equal. He vowed that TVK will protect communal harmony and social equality.
ஒரு தாய்க்கு எல்லா பிள்ளைகளும் ஒண்ணுதானே. அதனால பொங்கல், தீபாவளி, ரம்ஜான், கிறிஸ்மஸ்னு இந்த மாதிரி எல்லா பண்டிகைகளும் எல்லாரும் சந்தோஷமா ஷேர் பண்ணிக்க கூடிய ஒரு ஊரு தானே நம்ம ஊரு. இங்க வாழ்க்கை முறையும் வழிபாட்டு முறையும் வேறு வேறுனாலும் நாம் எல்லாருமே சகோதரர்கள் தானே.
This marks TVK's first major minority outreach ahead of 2026, and remember, minority votes are expected to play a crucial role in the elections. DMK also held a grand Christmas celebration on Saturday, aiming to safeguard its loyal Christian vote bank.
இதுக்கு தமிழ்நாட்டு மக்களான நீங்க எல்லாரும் பக்கபலமாக இருக்கீங்க. இதுதான் சிலருடைய கண்களை உறுத்துது. எப்படி தமிழ்நாட்டில் அமைதியை சீர்குலைக்கலாம், இங்க ஒண்ணுக்குள்ள ஒன்னா பழகிற மக்களை எதிரிகளாக பிரிச்சு வைக்கலாம்னு பலர் யோசிக்கிறாங்க.
From cake crumbs to campaign strategies, Tamil Nadu's festive season is turning into an early election battlefield, and this Christmas, the political sleighs are just getting started. With Pramod Madhav in Mahabalipuram, Bureau Report, India Today.
Okay, let me bring in Pramod Madhav first to get us details of this big bash that took place in Chennai, on the outskirts of Chennai rather. But Pramod, we've seen two such Christmas events taking place. In the run-up, of course, to the festival, you've had the DMK with their event, the TVK with their event as well. Is this the TMK then making a clear pitch for the Christian vote, for the minority vote, Pramod?
But one thing is very certain, Akshita, like the DMK Alliance have made it very clear that the minorities are with them. This is the way they've been pitching it since 2017. And after the CAA introduction and such, DMK has called it very clearly, claiming that they are the ones who will support the interest of the minorities. And this is what the Chief Minister also reflected in his recent program. However, interestingly, Vijay also said the same thing today, where he claimed that his political ideology is secular social justice. And he also claimed that 100% assurance will be given over communal harmony. Interestingly, his speech comes over at a period where we can see, certain kind of boiling situation at Thiruparankundram as well. So this is actually definitely making a huge message. At the same time, Vijay also used this particular event to talk about one particular story about a person, a youth who was thrown into a well by his own jealous brothers. Now we've come to know that the person's name is also Joseph, and Vijay's name is Joseph Vijay. So there are a lot of parallels that is being drawn over there, because finally Vijay says that that man recovered and he became a king of a country and also protected his own brothers who betrayed him, Akshita.
All right, Pramod, interesting analysis and details that you put out for us. Thanks very much for joining us. Let me open this up. Joining us here on Super 6, we've got Felix, Gerald, spokesperson of the TVK, Sumansi Raman, political analyst, Narayanan Thirupathy, state vice president of the BJP Tamil Nadu, and we have P. Pularao, political analyst. Vanakkam, good evening, gentlemen. Thank you all very much for your time. I'd like to state on record here that the DMK was invited for this debate but chose not to participate. I'd like to begin with Dr. Sumansi Raman. Good evening, sir. What do you make of the TVK's event today? You know, we've seen multiple rallies, yes, by Vijay so far, but the fact that you had one focus particularly on Christmas perhaps speaks volumes of what the TVK strategy really is.
I think this was on the cards, and to be honest, we have to give Vijay some more time to see if he's going to celebrate the festivals of other faiths with equal gusto, right? So that would really be the, unlike the DMK, which we know will, hardly ever celebrates Diwali or Ganesh Chaturthi or any other festival, and their celebrations are reserved for Christmas and Eid. So I think that for Vijay, the jury is still out on whether he's going to be truly secular, though he has made that claim. So the only point was today, a number of the people who spoke at that function made what were fairly political speeches. They said that he would be the chief minister or he would rule the state soon and so on. And some of them actually actively, some of the clergymen on stage pledged their support. So I think that this is something which perhaps Vijay could have avoided, but I think it was a very deliberate move. The jitters would have gone out in the DMK camp, which probably explains why they were not keen to come on your show today, Akshita. There is a problem. The minority vote is what keeps the DMK in power. I've been saying this not now for the last 10 years. And for 5 years, it is a solid minority vote that has helped the DMK win time after time after time. Minority vote in Tamil Nadu is 15 to 16%. Some people say it may be as high as 20%.
Yeah.
And of that, 90% plus goes to the DMK and the DMK alliance. That is what is keeping them in power. Without that, they would be cleaned out. And I think that Vijay is now starting to threaten that minority vote, at least the Christian
No, so
part
is that a good strategy to you? Is that a good strategy?
Certainly, it's a good strategy, and what, as far as he is concerned, he needs a core voter base. One core voter base are the youth. That is a done deal. The Gen Z crowd that Vijay is attracting, they're going to vote for him. But you can't just win with just Gen Z votes. You need another core voter base. You need 3 or 4 such core voter bases to increase your vote share. And Vijay may have identified community votes as something that he would like to get. But having said that, Akshita, I would still give him the benefit of the doubt. Organizing a Christmas meeting is fine. Now, the point is we have to see Is he going to organize a Pongal meeting? Is he going to organize meetings on similar lines for festivals of other faiths? Now, that is where the true test would be.
Let me bring in Felix Gerald on that. Felix, first of all, congratulations on your political plunge and on your debut now as a spokesperson of the Tamaraga Vetri Karagam. So you're on the other side now where you'll face all of these questions. Felix, will the TVK be celebrating Pongal in a big way like they have Christmas?
Definitely they will. They will. And our leader is truly secular, and he was the only one who accepted that he has a faith in God. And he has taken Periyar's ideology, but accept the atheism. So he will celebrate all the festivals in the same way that he had celebrated the Christmas celebration today.
So this wasn't an outreach to the Christian community.
And,
this wasn't an outreach to a certain community.
Pardon?
This wasn't an outreach to a certain community?
He had the Ramzan celebration. No, he had already celebrated Ramzan festival, celebration, and he is now celebrating Christmas. As mentioned by Mr. Suman Raman, he will be celebrating Pongal as well. And coming to the minority, see, all these days DMK was literally cheating the minorities. Although there is 40 to 60 lakhs of voters, minorities are the one who decide the victory of any political party in Tamil Nadu. All these days, DMK was literally stealing those votes by giving them a false promises. And now TVK is a only option, is a very big option for minorities to divert their votes to TVK. And I'm sure people, really minorities, they do trust our leader Vijay, and it is not the Gen Z alone that is with Mr. Vijay, and it's the entire demography, people of all ages, people of all faith, and people of all economic section. They are all with Vijay, and Vijay will make a big change in the upcoming election, and definitely minorities are going to be with him.
Okay, so that's a big pitch. You know, I asked you clearly if this is an outreach to the community. You say that there will be many more Felix Gerald, but from what you said, it's a clear message that yes, the TVK is looking at securing the minority vote too. Mr. Narayanan, Thirupathy, your view on what's been playing out. You know, the BJP says that this is a whole lot of vote bank politics, that play appeasement politics with the minority communities. But from what the TVK says, they say, look, we have the right to celebrate every festival. We'll ensure a big bash for Pongal as well.
Now, see, while the political parties celebrating or joining with people to celebrate their religious festivals, it is wrong, to do politics or to ask votes or to ask support in these functions, in these celebrations, or those who are conducting these kind of celebrations, vouching for their support to the concerned political parties is communal. In that way, whoever have been calling BJP as communal have become communal now. These parties, in the name of religion, they are seeking votes with the minority community because they know that these people vote in bulk. The votes of Muslims are decided in the mosques and the votes of Christians are decided in the churches. That we have been regularly saying. And that is the reason they are going in for these minority celebrations, minorities festivals. But whereas the DMK, as Sumant Raman said, that we have to wait and see what Mr. Vijay does. But as far as DMK is concerned, they don't even wish Diwali or Pongal or whatever it is. They don't consider, these festivals.
No, but Udayanithi Stalin usually takes part in the Jallikattu event.
No. Jallikattu is not a seat. Jallikattu is a different game. So that is a different one. That is a part of Pongal festival or Harvest festival. And I am talking about Diwali or Pongal or Krishna Jayanti or Vinayak Chaturthi. There are so many Krishna Jayanti, so many Hindu festivals are there. But they don't even wish. When we ask them, Udayanithi Stalin said, those who have belief, I wish them. That is what he said. So we have to wait and see. DMK, they want the minority votes, whether it is Muslims or Christians. In fact, yesterday, Mr. Stalin was in the stage where so many people assured them that the Christians will vote en masse for the DMK. And today, the same thing is happening with Mr. Vijay. So in the name of religion, definitely it is wrong. Definitely it is wrong to propaganda that they are in that stage.
Okay.
It is communal.
Okay, Mr. Pullarao, your opening comment on this. The BJP says that, you know, the DMK constantly points fingers at the BJP, says they're communal in nature, they do communal politics. But isn't this also communal politics? When you reach out to one particular community at these festival events, speak about voting for which party?
I'm surprised Mr. Narayan says that, because our country was divided on religion. Our country was divided on religion. Don't forget. Those wounds still go on. The wounds are still going on. Look left and right beside our country. It's going on. You know, religion is nothing new in India. I think religion is older than India. And this is not just going to go away tomorrow. Yes, we need harmony. We need all of that. And definitely everybody is trying their bit. And along with C for Christmas and C for campaign, maybe you should have added C for courage and C for clever. Because you see the minority, I heard Mr. Raman say 15%. I would say that 20%, maybe 20%. You know, I mean, I believe that 20% of the voters, not a small portion, and they're all concentrated in maybe 120, 30 constituencies. They really hold the key. I didn't put them there. I didn't convert them. They are there. And therefore, people will take advantage. People will take advantage. I had
And
nothing
you will
against
support
the
them.
Kumbh.
No.
Crores of people going there. I had nothing against the Kumbh. Therefore, this is
Communal propaganda.
part of it to say that religion is new in politics, I think, you know, it's not correct. And whether the other point is, the religious leaders definitely in Tamil Nadu, like in Kerala, they have a hold on the voters of minorities. Unlike Hinduism, which is multi-theistic, we have hundreds of religions. I'm a Hindu, practicing Hindu. There is no pontiff, there is no pope for us, there is no mufti for us, grand mufti. Therefore, we are different. They listen to their leaders. That's why both Stalin and Mr. TVK
No, but do you think then, Mr. Pullarao, that with what Vijay is doing, that will dent the DMK and Congress, that it will affect them?
That's why I said C for courage. He is courageous to try to do that, and C for clever also, because he's smart enough to do that. Whether it tends or not, it will naturally make somebody nervous. They get more involved. And all these things, how they'll play out in time. Tamil Nadu is one of the first states in the country to have elections of the type that we have now. I think it was 1920. Therefore, it's very experienced, and they will play their cards. Yes, Vijay is a new factor. And, you know, whether he's going to be has he reached, unless he reaches critical mass, you know, the minorities may not go for him. I don't want to anger my friend, Mr. Felix. The minorities will wait and see who is going to win. They always look for the candidate who can defeat the BJP. It's not a secret. It's a publicly known fact all over the country. And therefore, we have to wait and watch. Or as Mr. Kamraj would have said, Pakalam, all these three wise men, whatever they have said, it has to be tested by time.
Okay. Felix, Gerald, you know, one of the questions that keep coming up from political rivals is, you know, you say we'll celebrate all festivals, that the TVK ensures that they represent all religions. Why didn't Vijay have a statement to put out on what's happened in Thiruparankundram?
No, Thiruparankundram, yeah, I'm really happy that you asked about Thiruparankundram. Thiruparankundram is a literally staged drama by DMK in nexus with Hindutva forces. And it was a deliberate, planned event to manipulate the minorities.
No, you're suggesting this is a BJP, DMK orchestrated drama? You're saying DMK and BJP are together in this? They're fighting it out in court, sir?
Yes, our leader is been telling that BJP and DMK has a secret nexus, and this Thiruparankundram issue was exactly planned by both of them, so that they both can become a sensation. They see, the DMK narrates sets the narration for this election. It is not against the ADMK. It is they are bringing BJP. They are quoting BJP. It's an election against DMK and BJP. That is their plan. And I once again reassert that Thiruparankundram as a planned event orchestrated by DMK.
Mr. Narayanan,
so why should we involve ourselves in a drama played by DMK and BJP?
I think Mr. Felix is wrong, and he is trying to divert the entire issue. It was actually a judgment given by the Honorable Justice Mr. G.R. Swaminathan in the Madras High Court. So he is trying to, disobey. He is trying to disrespect the court's order. Mr. Felix also. See, for these rhetorics, these kind of accusations, one can easily throw. Even I can throw, stating that Karur episode was same as Felix said between DMK and TVK. But I don't want to say like that because you have to be at least, straightforward in
No,
politics.
the BJP backed
And
the
this is
TVK,
not the
sir.
way.
The BJP
No,
said
that's
this is
what
a
I told.
conspiracy.
No, that is what I said. Even I can say I don't want to say because I am straightforward. Now, Mr. Felix, for want of politics, he is trying to say that it is a ploy between the DMK and the BJP. BJP never came into the picture in Thiruparankundram. It was the Honorable Justice who gave the order. Yeah, we all know, Akshita, we all know what all happened and what is happening.
No,
So, but Mr. Vijay should have come out openly in that issue because we all know that normally people who say that they are followers of A.V. Ramaswamy, they don't talk in favor of Hindus. That is what is happening. The entire
No, so you see the image
Tamil.
here. You see the image here, Mr. Felix Gerald, of being anti-Hindu. Not there wasn't any statement from Vijay on this. You had statements from Vijay, of course, endorsing what Periyar stood for. All of this leads to an image that, TVK Vijay is anti-Hindu. What's your response to that?
No, he is not anti-Hindu. See, I'm telling because if you see the timeline of the Thiruparankundram issue, you can definitely understand. It was the Tamil Nadu police which stopped Muslims from entering to the Dargah. And the problem started with that. 2 years back, it started like that. They were not able to go to the Dargah and to sacrifice animals, especially goats and
What
chickens.
was the judgment?
And
Felix,
then
what was the
later they were
judgment?
not allowed to enter.
Felix, what was the judgment?
No.
What was the
Before
judgment?
Before the judgment.
On
Before
that,
all
on
this,
that, on that.
all this before
No,
the
on
judgment.
that. No, on
all
that,
this
on-
before the
on-
judgment.
no,
I'm talking
on
about.
eating
I'm
the
talking
meat.
about before even the court.
Felix,
No.
I am talking about
Let
the
me
same
finish.
thing.
Let me finish.
No, so then, Mr. Felix, I
it
think the
was
question
D-
that comes up is right now what's played out, it happened because of a court order. So how could you suggest it's a conspiracy?
No, I'm talking about 2 years back, not today, not this court
No,
order.
even 2 years
lighting
Okay,
the
so
lamp.
today, why
I'm
has there
talking
been no
2 years
statement
back.
from
The
Vijay?
court
And
order
then,
that no
wait, let me
non-vegetarians
finish,
should
sir.
be
Let me
served there.
finish. Let me finish. And I'm talking before that, sir. Even before the court order. Okay. Then it was DMK. The government advocates. They gave no objection to contest a protest, but in a different places. And even now, there were 144 was placed, but the police they could have stopped them even before entering the city. So they wanted an unrest in Thiruparankundram. They
mean
want to
by
politicize this event, this place. And
Narayanan, Thirupathy, your response
the
quickly.
locals
No,
are
what does it mean
completely
by,
they were not.
No. What does he mean by before the city? There were people, Hindus, the devotees who thronged Thiruparankundram. They, as per the court's order and Kartikai Deepam, thousands and thousands of people go there. The court never asked the devotees or any Hindu to go and light the lamp. The court asked the temple management to go and light the lamp. I think Felix is totally unaware of what has happened. And why should somebody stop the devotees from entering the temple? Even yesterday, the question was that when you stop the devotees of Hindu devotees entering the temple, how can you send somebody for the Sandaragudu festival there? This is what yesterday this has happened, and nobody is there to question. Why Felix has not questioned? Why Vijay has not questioned? See, you just can't always bash. You
Sir,
just
sir,
can't
please
always
understand.
accuse the devotees. This is wrong. Why we are talking about the court judgment? Even this non-vegetarian thing, when it is actually
I am not talking-
temple management stopped. Please understand, it was the temple management which stopped. It was the local administration. Then
Yes.
the court gave a verdict. Court gave a verdict that it should not be there. Please understand.
No, so Felix Gerald, quickly your response. Quickly.
Sir, that is what I am also telling. Why the temple management stopped? Why
come
the
on.
temple management stopped? Why police didn't allow devotees of Dargah to enter?
That is the judgment, sir. It belongs to the temple, sir. The entire hill belongs to the temple. It is not possible. It is not correct. Please understand.
No,
You
sir.
read
The judgment
Why
even
you-
in the even
how
I think
can
I
you
think
I think
I
we're
think
going
it-
around in circles.
understand.
Mr. Felix Gerald, the point is being
it was
made
cleared
here.
in Privy Council in London.
The point
entire
that's
way
being
of
made
the
here
pathway
is that this
and
was a
the
court order.
Nelitopu and the Dargah, it belongs to the Muslims. Court verdict is very clear.
No,
it is settled in 1838.
No, Mr. Felix, we're talking about the current court order. The current court order that allowed on Kartikai Deepam for the lamp to be lit at the Deepatun. That's what we're talking about.
I'm not talking about the current court order.
No, so let's talk about the current issue. No, let's talk about the current issue. Let's talk about the current issue and ask, not 2 years ago, today. Not 2 years ago, today, why was there no statement from Vijay? Sir, please answer my question. Not 2 years ago, today, why was there no statement?
It is a long plan. It is a long plan. No. It is a long plan. It started before 2 years. And it is escalating every day because it is a drama.
It's in court.
Please understand, it is not started
Mr. Narayanan,
yesterday.
Thirupathy, your response quickly and then I'll bring in Suman Sriram.
They planned it very well.
Felix, Gerald, if it is a plan, you are accusing the judge of playing this. Are you accusing the TVK
Yes,
is accusing the judge? The TVK
I am not accusing the judge. It is a plan, sir. It is a plan. Why Tamil Nadu police stopped?
If it is a plan,
Why Tamil Nadu police stopped people entering the Dargah even before the court? Even before the court. I am talking about even before the court. 2 years back. Why they stopped Muslims from entering the Dargah?
No, one second. We're going back again in circles. Dr. Suman Sriram, yes.
I want Mr. Felix to answer
one
question, yes or no. Should the court order be implemented or not?
Yes, sir.
Should the state government implement the court order, yes or no?
Mr. Felix?
The state government should implement the court order. And they did, I think.
They didn't, sir. They didn't.
No, they have not. They have not implemented, sir.
They
have not
implemented, sir.
implemented. The order is to light the Deepam on the Deepam.
No, they have lit the lamp in a different place. That's it.
No,
Sir.
What is this?
sir. No.
The court order is the...
Sir, they have not,
The court order-
they have not implemented.
Yes, they've not implemented. So you agree that they
Sir,
should.
I am talking about,
that is the whole
your...
problem.
When it is not implemented, where was Vijay? Why has he not
Sir, that
commented on
itself,
that?
sir, who went to the court? Who went to the court? Sir,
Who?
who went
BJP?
Who
was
went
the
to the court?
complainant?
Who went to the court? Please tell us.
Who
Who
went?
went to the court?
Tell me who went?
Who went to the court?
No,
went?
name the complainant.
No,
He
you
himself
tell,
is
sir. Who went?
he's a Hindutva party, sir. He is a political
No.
man.
No, why I am bothered?
Okay,
Why
Mr.
I
Felix,
bother?
Gerald, let's say it's a political person who went to the court ultimately, but it wasn't based on that action was taken. It was based on an order that came from a judge, sir.
So you say,
anyone can file a petition. Anyone can file a petition, but ultimately
Yes,
the
I
judge
agree,
has to
madam,
say
see,
it's a court
DMK
order.
Will use what happened? What happened in the protest of sanitary workers? They will use court order.
Sir, he is not answering the question.
No.
The entire thing.
No.
Sir, Rama Ravikumar is a layman. Is Rama Ravikumar a layman?
Sir, whether
Yes,
he
he is a
He's a layman. He's a non-political
layman.
person.
man
It's
or
a court
not,
order.
He is a layman. Sir, he is a layman. He did for devotees. What is your problem?
It's a politically motivated case, sir.
Okay.
It is a
Okay,
How
Mr.
politically
can it be a
motivated case.
politically motivated
What
case?
should be done, sir? Should
Mr.
the
Pullarao.
order be
What is the
implemented or
judgment?
not?
What? Suman Sriram is asking one straight, simple question. Should the government implement the order or not? Very simple. If they don't implement, why, as a political party leader, Vijay kept quiet?
Yes
That
or
is what
no?
Akshita is asking. Simple.
Yes or no?
Sir, I am telling again and again, it is a drama. Why should we come to
Sir, you're not answering the
No, you
question.
meant to accuse the
You are not answering the question,
It is
sir.
a
This is
drama.
a court order.
Mr.
We know
Pullarao.
very clearly.
Okay, Mr.
We know
Pullarao,
very
please.
clearly it
Mr.
is
Pullarao, go
politicized.
ahead. I
They
think
are
we'll end up just
both
going
of
in
them-
circles because Mr. Felix Gerald doesn't want to answer the question very clearly. Mr. Pullarao.
Well, main thing is, from what we see, Mr. Vijay has to get clear. He can't be on this side of the fence, that side of the fence. This is a religious issue. Elections, religion has taken a very strong forward step in Tamil Nadu. He has to take. And as Mr. Sumantraman said, let us see what he does with the other festivals if he's truly secular. But it's going to be very difficult for Mr. Vijay, I think, in the days to come, to straddle over and try to be ambiguous and go. It won't wash. It won't wash. And this is the first hurdle he will face. If his credibility is to carry on, he may draw crowds, but where does he stand? For all that is said, the BJP has a stand, the DMK has a stand.
No, because there's still a question mark over his ideology. And what emerges really from this discussion is exactly that even on the issue of like a Thiruparankundram, We don't know. We don't know what Vijay stands for at this point. And that is the challenge.
Ideology aside, at least he can come forward as honest and sincere. And that
Sure.
is very more important than ideology.
Sure, you could say so, yes. But thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me on this broadcast from, of course, the Christmas carnival that we saw of sorts to Thiruparankundram. Clearly, the TVK is trying to establish itself, trying to create a strategy. Whether it's worked or not, we leave it for the viewers to decide. There's still months to go for the election, of course. But speaking of Thiruparankundram, we've seen a lot of developments taking place. It's been the flashpoint of controversy. And again, there was a huge issue that was raised. You had, in fact, demonstrators accusing the Stalin government of double standards, noting that the rituals and the bull-drawn chariot procession were permitted at the dargah right next to the temple. And that led to late-night tension at the shrine, triggering a political war of words.
Madurai's Thiruparankundram hill shrine witnessed tense scenes over Kartikai Deepam. Protesters argued with the police after being stopped from lighting the Deepam at the ancient hilltop stone pillar called the Deepathoon, despite citing court orders. Finally, a woman lit the lamp outside the closed temple after police denial. Protesters allege double standards by Stalin government, claiming authorities allowed rituals and the bull-drawn chariot procession for the adjoining Hazrat Sultan Sikandar Badshah Dargah while blocking Kartikai Deepam. The face-off led to late-night drama at the holy shrine. A war of words between the DMK and NDA has erupted over Kartikai Deepam celebrations.
They want to change. They want to change the peaceful atmosphere of the state of Tamil Nadu. They want it to become a violent place where people clash on the basis of religion, which our Chief Minister, Mr. MK Stalin, will not allow. The evil designs, the evil intentions of the BJP and the RSS will not be allowed to be carried out in the state of Tamil Nadu.
Thiruparankundram issue for DMK is the only hope for Udaynidhi to win. So they have narrowed it down to in such a way, they have cleverly strategized in such a way that just by appeasing one section of the people, the prospect of Udaynidhi winning if he contests in Chepak is bright.
The Madras High Court had earlier directed the lighting of the lamp, but the state government challenged the decision, citing law and order concerns.
Thiruparankundram Rao has once again been ignited after government permits Sandana Kuduvida at Sikandar Dargah over the particular hill. However, now locals are questioning that on one side, when the lamp lighting on Deepathoon was not allowed, how could the government permit this, for which the government claims that this is being done as per the tradition and the main matter is yet being contested in the court. With Irfan, Pramod Madhav, for News Today.
Horrifying incident coming to light from Odisha of at least 18 young athletes participating in the National School Wrestling Championship in Uttar Pradesh, forced to travel in horrible, inhumane conditions due to the negligence of the State Department. This contingent of 10 boys and 8 girls was sent to the national level event without confirmed railway tickets. What did that mean? They had to travel sitting near the train washrooms in the biting winter cold. Serious concerns over their safety, health and dignity that was raised. And this is another reflection of our reality of how much importance we really give to our sporting heroes. Despite growing public anger and demands for answers, the department responsible here has not issued any statement, any clarification of why something like this was allowed to happen. Young boys and girls, the future of our country, who will represent our country in sporting events, are treated in this manner. With zero investment being put into sporting infrastructure, with this kind of treatment being meted out to our sports people, to youngsters who are still looking into entering the profession, Why would anyone do it? Why would they pursue their passion? This is how they were forced to travel in the biting cold next to the washroom in the train. Let's take this across to Anirban for more details. Shocking images, this Anirban, and really, as I said, reflects the reality of how our sports people are treated. The State Department here that was responsible of ensuring adequate arrangements, of just ensuring a basic train ticket. Have they responded to this?
No, not yet. We have contacted them, but they have not responded yet. But it's a shocking thing as the government, the central government as well, is giving so many schemes for the sports and for the budding sports personalities and the athletes. As we know that there is top scheme as well as there is many such schemes which was introduced already by the central government. But still, there is a question mark that though it's a Odisha government and it's BJP running state, but still we have seen that 18 athletes from the school, those who were going to UP for participation in the wrestling championship, school national wrestling championship, where there are 8 girls as well, but all the 18, all of them have to travel in a general bogie as well as just beside the toilet. So it's a very shocking revelation coming in from Odisha, and we have contacted the education department as well as the welfare department, those who handle these sports and all these kind of activities, the co-curriculum activities, but they have not responded yet. So right now the question arises, as Odisha government has favored...
It's shameful at this point that this is how sports people are being treated. They're the future. Let's be very clear that these people, these boys and girls are the future. They're the ones who will represent our country going forward in sport. And this is how we're treating them. Shameful for every one of us. Listen in to what the family had to say.
ये सब बच्चे जो गए थे, उन लोगों का ट्रेन टिकट ना आने का ना जाने का कोई भी टिकट कंफर्म नहीं हुआ था. ये बच्चे लोग दूसरों के सीट में बैठ के गए थे और लास्ट में उन लोगों को वहीं से खेदा भी गया है और एक सीट में 2 जन, 3 जन, 4 जन, 5 जन ऐसा करके गए हैं. ये तो जाने का ये था. उन लोगों ने हमको बताया भी नहीं कि ये जो टिकट काटा गया है ये सब मतलब कंफर्म हुआ है या नहीं हुआ है. हम लोग जब ट्रेन में चढ़े उस टाइम उन लोगों ने बोला कि टिकट कंफर्म नहीं हुआ है. तो फिर हम लोग वहाँ पहुँच के मैच ख़त्म हुआ. हम लोग फिर निकले वहाँ से 13 तारीख को जब निकले वहाँ से आने का टिकट भी कंफर्म नहीं हुआ है. तो एक टिकट भी कंफर्म नहीं हुआ है कि बच्चे लोग किसी में बैठ के भी जा सकें. सब बच्चे लड़के लोग एक साइड में बैठे हैं, लेट्रिन की साइड में. लड़कियां भी लेट्रिन की साइड में बैठ के गए हैं. ये सब का विजुअल भी मैंने रिकॉर्डिंग किया.
Kerala, often celebrated for its social indicators, for its plural ethos, for being progressive, has seen the most horrifying crime, a lynching. The lynching of a man who is suspected to be a Bangladeshi. We advise viewer discretion since the video we're showing you is violent in nature, of a crowd questioning a man, asking him if he's Bangladeshi and slapping him. Ultimately, they beat him to death. The victim hailed from Chhattisgarh. He wasn't a Bangladeshi, as they claimed he was. He wasn't an infiltrator. He was just trying to earn a living for his family, far away from his home, from his 2 children, in a land where clearly he was unwelcome because he looked a certain way and he didn't speak the language. He's repeatedly asked, where are you from, by the locals. They keep grilling him, and finally when he says yes, when they ask him if he's Bangladeshi, he's slapped hard and then beaten to death. How did something like this happen in Kerala? And is it a red flag then that we cannot ignore? Is this the result of discourses, of narratives filled with hate that targets people who look a certain way, who belong to certain communities? Mind you, the men behind this crime, 5 of whom have been arrested for murder, were not history cheaters or deadly criminals. I can even bet you they thought they were committing an act of patriotism by targeting this man. I will again say that lynchings are the worst kind of crime, and in a progressive society like that of Kerala, this kind of a crime is most definitely an aberration, but not something that can be taken lightly. And we will, in fact, get you all those updates on that story. 5 people have been taken into custody so far. I'm wrapping up this edition of Super 6. Thanks for tuning in.